Alright, so we're going to be doing some testing here on the Ascent 32. We'll do some weights. We'll throw it on the course here and see what we can accomplish here. So let's go.
Breaking them down, tearing them up, I just can't get enough, just can't get enough.
Alright, so here's the course. The most challenging portion for this truck so far is right here. So I can almost get up there, and I do have a little bit of loose stuff coming down, which some of that will work in, some of it won't, and that's built that way on purpose. I can't get the really small trucks up there, like 36 scale, the Orlando, any of them. They can't quite make it there, and they can't quite make it over here either. That's okay, that's not really for them. They can do other parts of the course. There's plenty of challenging portions on here for all of them. This one here, its big problem is basically right there. So once it gets up there, I've got the weight to the point where it'll stay there. It just won't go any higher, and if you try to push it too much, then it wants to flip backwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to try it with the normal drive shafts, and then we're going to add on just a little more weight with these Enduro ones here, see if it makes a difference. Alright, so let me get it up in position here. See how it kind of slips around a little bit? That is on purpose. I built that on purpose for mainly this truck, because this is the side that is basically his on his own. Try to concentrate a little bit here while I get over into position. Alright, so we're getting up on it, and I have yet to make this climb without any added help. I'm try to use this little nub over here to kind of help push me up if I can. See how it's wanting to go? Right there, that's about it. That's all it got. As far as I've ever gotten with this. Try a little more steering. On the side over here, there's really nothing to grab onto, but we'll also try to go this way just to get some good measure. And see how it wants to go, but not quite. Try to push a little more. Almost. Now we're getting to its tipping point. Let me show you a little bit from the bottom here. So it's wanting to grab traction, it just don't have enough to really compress on those back tires. I think that would really give me a little boost up here, because watch this. I'm just going to take the remote and I'm going to kind of push it down on the top here as I do it, and watch how easy it comes up. Look at that. So I think if I can get the right amount of weight in there, it will go. Now I'm also still scrubbing these tires in. Everything's still brand new on here. I haven't played with it that much, but it just isn't quite heavy enough to get up there. I don't know if those drive shafts will be enough, but I think it's a good place to start. Ooh, there we go. Wow. Now that was a real fight. I've never been able to get up there. Yeah, that was a real fight. Let's see. Yeah, motor's not really too warm on that one, but yeah, that was a hell of a fight getting up there. And I did that all in real time here. So I wasn't expecting to do it. That's why I said that I'd never done it. Go figure, you start to film it and it actually does. But we're still going to put the drive shafts on there, see if it does anything at all, makes it any easier. So let's get right to it. Okay, so there we have it. There's the Injora drive shafts. There's the one that took off, just the plastic ones there. Pretty easy thing to do. You do have to take the tray off in the back to get to the one in the back, but yeah, no problem. So we're going to put them back up here where we were struggling at and see if we did any better at all. So let's check this out. Try it slow first. Alright, so like I said, this is a really challenging part here, so I was really surprised to get it without the drive shafts at all. Maybe it won't make any difference. I really don't know. Trying to use the lugs there on the tire. Try to help me pull off. Sometimes that works. And then sometimes you fall. Alright, so let's try that again. Again, we're just creeping up here. I'll try to get a little more severe angle at the beginning and then straighten it out. It wants to bite, but it's always done that. It's always just right there. Now I'm getting a little crazy with it, I know, but that's how I got it up last time. Just trying to duplicate the results. Yeah, it's gonna make a liar out of me now. Alright. Yeah, let's see if we can try it over here a little bit. Maybe I got a different line than what I thought. I think it just kind of pushes me right into that, I do believe. Oh, wait a minute. I think I just seen it. Damn it. Okay. I think I just seen what I needed to see here. So if I get up over here and then kind of come back over like so, it'll push me over to the left side here, and I'll just have to be ready for it right there. Right there. Well, I mean, I seen the push, so maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Let's bring it back down here a little bit. Try it again. Come at a little more of an angle. Ooh, it wants to go so bad right there. Back, try it again. So in answer to the question about the drive shafts, I don't think I made much difference at all, which is a little unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, there we go. Alright. But as you can see, this is very tough to get up anyway. Very good spot for the cat. Still feel like I need a little more weight. I really do. That's the breakout point of the FOC. Alright, we're going to get a little silly with it here. So we're going to put a wheel wrench up there in the front, and we'll weigh all this stuff once we figure out what works. Then we're going to put the body on, see if that gives me enough to get up there comfortably. Now I know if I keep working at it, I can eventually get it because I've done it once already. But I want duplicatable results. So we're going to get this body on here and we're going to try it again. Alright guys, we're going to get a little silly with it here. We're just trying to figure out the weight here. So just tape this to the front here. Kind of trying to see what the weight needs to be. Maybe I'll try a battery next. Something to give it a little bit of weight. So let's see if we've got any improved performance here. Then we'll figure out where we can put the weight. So let's see if this does anything at all for it. Okay, not really doing much for us. So, let me fix my tire here because these are not glued. Fix my tire and we'll try something else here. So we're going to try a battery on the front here. See if that does anything at all for us. Just testing here, guys. This is how my mind works. This is what I do to see what I need to do to the truck. Okay, let's try to add a little more. Okay, now we're getting really silly here. We got the wrench and the battery there. Got a little bit of a squat going on here. Now, if this doesn't do it, then it might be weight in the rear. At least that's the way my mind's working anyway. Let's see. What? Did I just climb up that side over there? Holy crap. Really? Okay. Wow. Alright. So now I think we need to weigh these and see what that weight is so we know how much weight to get up front. And then we're probably also going to have to add a little bit to the rear. I don't want to get too crazy on the bias here. So let's get these weighed here and find out what they actually weigh. Alright, I have several scales, but I'm just going to use this big scale here. It's what I use for bigger stuff. My minis are over there in those little pouches, and I'm going to do everything with the tape on it. So, because the tape was part of the weight as well. So we're looking at 0 right now. Make sure that's on grams. It's on grams. So we're looking at 40 grams. Okay, cool. So we need to put 40 grams on the front of that truck. That's quite a bit, considering that I have everything that you can get as far as upgrades right now, so I have to figure out how I'm going to achieve an extra 40 grams. Gonna have to think on this one here for a minute. Probably the best way to do that would be maybe some weights inside the tires. That would be a big bonus. So I think I want to put the 40 up front, but maybe also put 20 in the rear or 10, something like that. So let's look and see what kind of options that we have that we can actually add in. So now we know a little bit about the weight and stuff that we want to try to target. We're going to work on some rims and a whole bunch of other stuff. Let me just show you right here. Basically, you could, stack something around these wheels inside the tire. Something like that would give you a little bit of weight. You could put some washers or something on the front here. Maybe some spring material, something like that. Something low. The problem is going to be is you're not really going to need that weight all the time, and you're kind of going to tax your ESC and motor a little bit. I think 60 is a little much, though. Honestly, I know that's what our test looked like we needed there, but I think honestly once we get a better set of tires, which these really aren't bad, but they're still new. They're not really scrubbed in yet. I mean, as you can tell, they're not really that worn in yet. So that'll help, and also just getting a little more weight down below. A nice axle, the whole assembly here would be nice in the front and rear. Get more weight down as low as possible. But I mean, there's a few things you can do, but we're going to have to kind of think about that a little bit. I think my weight comparisons here for a wheel wrench and a battery, that's kind of bit. That's pretty large amount of weight. I'm not really wanting to do that much right now, so we're going to think on this a little bit more. I'm going to continue to test, continue to run the truck in, and try to get these tires a little more worn in and see where they land. But I'm going to try different things as well too. I might put some washers on here, kind of see how they do, whatever. Just kind of keep playing around with it, see what I could figure out. May order some weights, try those out. If I do, I'll make a little video on it, kind of show you what I've done, if it works, if it don't work, what I think it's doing to the motor, that kind of stuff here. So yeah, just stay tuned. We're going to keep plugging away at it, and I will find something to get a little more weight up front. But if I go that much weight up front, I want to add just a little bit to the rear too, because I don't mind having a little forward bias, but I don't want to be at the point where it's so much that you come down a hill you're going to flip forward. That's no fun either. So you need to be somewhat balanced, a little more towards the front if you want, that's fine, but these rigs are just very light to begin with, so I think that's our biggest issue is we got to figure out how to get a little bit of weight in them. So I'm going to work on that and see what I can come up with. Appreciate everybody watching.